Hello and welcome to a very, very special edition of Bondi Snapshot. Today we're joined by my brother, Tom Cronin, who is inspiring people around the world to take up the practice of meditation and free themselves from the stresses of everyday life, and soon releasing the fantastic international movie, The Portal. Good morning, Tom. Now, thanks so much for joining us here at the North Bondi Surf Club.
Good to be here.
You moved to Bondi quite a while ago. You've obviously seen it change quite a bit.
It has changed dramatically, but it's still got this amazing core essence of this incredible diversity, which I love about Bondi.
You were obviously working in the money market when you were living in Bondi, as we both were a long time ago.
Yeah, you know, the first 10 years of my career, I was the kind of badass Wolf of Wall Street style guy. And then after I found meditation, it was really quite a turning point, and I was completely blown away at how powerful it was in changing my life. And then I started to see it have the same effect on other people's lives around me. And I just felt like, why is this not more widespread? I began to teach, but I felt this strong compulsion that I could see very quickly how much it could alleviate a lot of pain and suffering and stress in people's lives. So I really wanted to create, I guess, a movement of change.
Do you have to be really spiritual to take on meditation?
Certainly not. You know, I've taught 8-year-old children how to meditate. I've taught seniors how to meditate. It really helps everyone to improve their life in some way, shape or form. And one of the great benefits that comes from meditation is that it brings more calm to the body. And if there's more calm in the body, we get better brain functionality, which is more creativity, better intuition, better wisdom, better adaptability, and that allows us to be more successful in our lives.
So you're talking about sort of the mental side of things, but what about the physical side of things?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, firstly, you get an increase in telomerase, which reverses the aging process.
Oh, we like that.
Yeah, it sounds good, right? And you know, we get a complete change in our physiology. We get a much better biochemistry, which is more serotonin and oxytocin, which enables us to feel happier. We get the reversal of all those stress responses in our physicality, which is, you know, the blood starting to flow a lot better. We're no longer storing all those fat cells because the body's feeling a lot safer and a lot more nurtured. And it just simply translates to a much deeper level of metabolic rest, which is always good for the body.
So what brought you to the Portal?
The Portal was really about showcasing the power of meditation through personal stories, really diverse stories that have all gone through an incredible transformation.
So you've done a few group meditations and large-scale meditations in places like Martin Place and Botanical Gardens, which I think I joined you in one of those in Hyde Park once. Where do you see those going, and how does that fit into the Portal?
Meditation used to be a very solitary practice. For thousands of years, you know, people would go off on their own. And what we're starting to realize is there's something very powerful and effective that happens when a group of people meditate together.
So it's obviously not just the Portal, but you've got the Stillness Project.
Yeah, the Stillness Project really was the founding sort of organisation or the movement that we created, which was to inspire 1 billion people to meditate daily. That was the intention behind the project. And why we're seeing more inquiry into meditation is because we're seeing more stress. You know, the day-to-day living is becoming more and more intense. And people are just seeking ways to offset that overstimulation that's happening in their nervous system.
I guess it's really difficult for kids of today, isn't it? Because they have so much going on. And I think that's the biggest challenge for us going forward for the future of our kids.
Yeah, I think there's one word that will probably drop out of the dictionary in years to come, and that'll be boredom. People won't know what being bored is because they won't have the ability to get to that point where there's nothing to do. And that's a real shame, because it's you actually want to get people to that point where creativity kicks in. We're filling every single gap in with some form of distraction that is information from someone else, whether it's a computer program or a game or a news feed or an app, and we're never getting to that point where we have to
think.
Yeah, think and be creative and cognize something of our own accord, and that's a real shame, I think, that's going to have major ramifications in time.
And so tell us, when's the Portal coming to Sydney?
October 17th is a national release in cinemas in capital cities all around Australia. We'll be out in September, ideally in the States. New Zealand's in November. The book's in bookstores now, which is really exciting. Otherwise, if they can't get it in a bookstore, they can certainly get it online and go to entertheportal.com to find it there.
Tom, thank you as my brother, but also as a very inspirational person. I really admire the work you're doing. Thank you so much for coming in and sharing more about this. And I really do urge anyone who's interested to go to the Stillness Project and obviously look out for the Portal.
Awesome, it was great to be here. Thanks for inviting me.